Hi all, this is Richard from Archino, and this is the second video in a series of 3 demoing the MQ plugin for Talos. Please refer to the first video to get context of where we are. So we created in the first video a template app1 queues, which is based on pointing at a existing MQ installation and sucking in all the queues that are applicable for a particular client or application that is deployed on the MQ server. What I've done is gone ahead and created another template, and this one is based on a queue manager itself. So this would be your golden master example that we've brought in at a given time. You can read in the entire configuration, and this can be saved in your repositories, Git or SVN, and referred to later. So this is essentially a lift and shift example on the second one. So what we're going to do is we are going to point to an existing instance, which is our MQ8 VMB, so our second VM. It's running on 110, username, password, and it'll go from suck through the configuration. So over here, this is our first original VM. Here, all the queues. It is MQ8. Here's the secondary queue manager, MQ8 QMGR. This is the one that we have created template, and we'll be moving this one. The second VM is got a green background, and that's a way we can distinguish between our different VMs. VMA or VM1 has a turquoise background. VM2 or VMB has a green background. And Talos, that is completed. For VMB, I will now go read the configuration. And if you look at VMB, just to show you, it is a version 8.2 as well, one queue manager, and just one queue running on it. So going back to, okay, that's a success. Click done. Go back to our middleware instances. On VMB, we'll now add the template of application 1 queues. Toggle the variables. So this is the variables that we created in the original template. So you'll see we've got variables around maximum length, message length, and queue depth of a particular queue called data update file .backout, so the backout one. So we can also change the variables over here. We'll change this file size to the message length to something that we can recognize on the other side. So we'll go 333,333, and the max queue depth we'll make 3,333. So we'll save those. That is now in place. When I click apply, what happens is when Talos is connected to your orchestration engine, HPOO or Jenkins, by clicking on apply, effectively creates a job in Jenkins that can then be run and will fall into your release management cycles and go through the proper checks and balances before it actually gets actioned. What it in effect does is it runs this particular script. We'll run it against VMB, and it is the app. Just make sure I've got that template name correct. App1 underscore queues. App1 underscore queues. So, and that's on VMB. So this will now connect remotely to our green VMB, and all the application specific queues are now going to be written to this queue manager. Just wait for that to complete. See it running in the background. There everything goes, and there we go. Green background, VMB, all these specific queues that are for that particular application. So in a way, we've described the process of moving from a dev1 to a dev2 box, or dev2 to a user acceptance testing. Over here we can go to the properties, and where we tokenized these two things, you can see that that is brought through over here. So that shows you the power of the templating and moving it across from one instance, MQ instance, to another. And that is it for this video. In the next video we'll show you moving across MQ versions. Thank you.